Okay, so let's continue on with another administrator video talking about, actually, let's start on organizations. This is not something that will be used a lot, but for instance, if your organization had branch offices in other parts of the province or state, you may wish to set those up as individual sub-organizations, and you can do that here. That would allow you some oversight, but it would also allow you access to that data, maybe for one larger organization. So there are situations where sub-organizations would make sense for in some cases. And so let's go ahead then to roster editor. You can see that there are two rosters here. The name of the roster, private. Private just means that it's only visible within your organization. Down the road, increased functionality, that may change, but for right now, it's available and visible only within the organization. The one means that there's one person on the roster, and the icon for Here2Work means it's limited to the Here2Work system. If we're to open that, we can see some more information, the description of the roster, and the keywords, the number of accounts. So that same information is there. If we wanted to edit that, we could upload a picture, we could change the name, description, we could change the type of roster down the road, but not yet. And of course, keywords. And keywords are important because down the road, when organizations have 20 or 30 rosters, you might choose to sort them into more manageable pieces. And by putting a keyword on that, that becomes something you can sort into more manageable chunks. So if we're just getting out of that, let's see what it looks like to go ahead and create a new roster. Let's say you have a new location. We could call that Site B. And we might like to say workers who can work at Site B. So we have a new location and maybe a list of workers that we'd like to offer shifts at a particular location. Maybe as well, we'd like to have Jim as the person who's attached to this roster. And maybe we want to change the color to something like blue. And that way I can attach that roster to shifts that are the same color as well. So you can see now that we have the information and the name. Of course, we don't have any accounts in there yet. We'll be able to add those next. The other information at the top here under roster list is filters. So you can see that we are able to filter based on those keywords. So if we click on Jim, then it will only show rosters that only include the Jim tag. And of course, I've created another one for Peter as well. So there are different ways down the road as your organization grows to be able to sort those. So what we'll do now is we'll talk in the next video about adding people to rosters and taking them off of rosters.